Everything is recording now.
Okay. Cunt. No kidding. Okay. So, what do you want to work on first? Because you sent me a lot, which is like I have kind of a good idea of what I want to work on.
Mhm.
But I want to see where you're at currently.
Um, I mean, mainly it's just um, at least what I always want to work on is making sure my uptime is always good and
Hmm.
making sure that I can always create opportunities for my team to basically win
Yeah.
fights.
Okay. So you definitely become more aggressive
Hmm.
compared to before,
Oh, for
which
sure.
is good. What problems are you running into?
Um, Sometimes in the mid range, I can't always out damage people. There are times
Okay.
where I completely would like probably beam somebody and gain the advantage, but I want to try to make it, more consistent even when I'm going against higher level teams. Like how I'm probably gonna be going against today for the new patch because everybody's
Yeah.
gonna be, starting in around like the plat-ish flat-ish diamond area.
Yeah, that level.
Yeah, exactly for today. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Being able to dominate at mid range, and then once I either get that advantage or I'm still in the neutral, trying to close that distance and not telegraph my intentions.
Yeah.
I have been getting better at that. Being able to walk up on people and not necessarily just take damage for free you know, um, without getting down before I can do anything.
Yeah.
I've been getting a little better at that.
Yeah, you were telegraphing like a motherfucker before, which is fine because that was at the level that you were at because there were other things that we needed to work on
Hmm.
up until that point. But yeah. Okay, we'll see if that's true or not. We'll take a look at some of these. And I'm glad that you've been playing Maggie because like you
I
have
have
to
no
like
way to
kind
get
of
out.
fight your way in. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, except for the ball, but that's not reliable. It's just too slow to engage, like to actually use the utility
Exactly.
in most
Yeah.
situations. Yeah, especially if you're solo queuing, you know. So, okay, let's take a look at here. Don't know what happened. Any other things that are coming to mind for you?
Not necessarily right now. I am getting better at my duels, and I'm also getting more confident in my close range aim. But
Okay.
everything on its own time, especially on mouse and key.
Yeah, if you want. Okay, so what do you think is the thing that's helping you the most with the close range aim?
For the close range aim, it's for sure getting used to ground, and then
Hmm.
um putting what I learned in the aim trainer and using it on like R5 to try to cement the close range engagements more. And
Yeah.
then using what I learned in both R5 and Kovacs and implementing it in ranked and also what's it called, mixtape without shield.
Yeah, if I were you, I would reach out to Surf, Corporate Surf, and ask him for at least 10 ground movement scenarios, right?
Hmm.
And like what's it called? Fucking Pat Strafe.
Hmm.
Try to find 10 of those at least. I have like 29, 30 of them.
Oh man.
And I could have like 60 of them in A Bs, but I try to keep it like to 29 or 30.
Hmm.
And then I just play that on random. I like set to one each. And sometimes I'll play the scenario like twice if I feel like I can, get better technique on it and I
Hmm.
want to reinforce a better technique. But in my opinion, those are the best ones. There are also like possession scenarios where it moves for you. It moves the character for you
Hmm.
while the bot is moving. And those are really important too, to teach you, because it puts you in weird aiming situations and aiming in weird strafe situations that you wouldn't normally find yourself in. I kind
Hmm.
of like that you fucked off here and like you're like, fuck you, I'm gonna go find my own people to fight.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, so look for possession scenarios and movement scenarios. Try put them in the same playlist. Don't separate them,
Hmm.
and literally just spam that for like a half hour a day to help you really integrate. Try. I would actually do that instead of playing R5. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, do that for now, for like the next 2, 3 weeks. You'll see what I mean. So ask Surf, or what I'll do is, do you have Aim Beast?
I do not yet.
Okay, so I'll upload this. Not this one. Dodge
Is it free or does it cost?
Vibe Valorant. Um, Send me your Steam code, and I'll buy it for you.
Oh,
Okay?
you don't really have to, but I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's
I
see.
think it'll, um, like you're one of my more dedicated students. Definitely worth you like investing, you
Hey
know.
man, I'm just
And then,
I'm trying to reach that level, you know.
yeah, I get it. So yeah, just I'll update it like, and then I'll tell you if I add more scenarios to it. But you literally just set it on random, and then just like spam it for at least a half hour every day. Like I do it for way longer,
Mhm.
you know. But it to me it's like the most bang for your buck when it comes to integrating your aim that you learn from like rank scenarios, from like benchmark scenarios into your actual strafe aim, you
Mhm.
know.
Yes.
So I allocate my time between like half benchmark scenarios and half strafe aim.
Okay.
But I don't really do the benchmark scenarios to actually work on my in-game aim. I just do it because like I
Mhm.
like just like pushing the scores just for fun.
Yeah, that's me
Okay,
too.
so let's look at take a look at some of these games, how you approach these fights. Okay. Okay, you're shooting out in the middle of the open, but you don't know what's gonna happen here.
Mhm.
It's fine, like it's a bit of a risk, but whatever. There's only 9 squads left, round two. Yeah, this is really bad. Okay. So, um, what are you like 45 cm? 50 cm?
Um, I have no clue right now. Let me launch the game. I think I'm at 39 cm for hip
With
fire.
no, yeah, but with no multiplier?
I think I might be like 1.2 on
Yeah, yeah, I think
4x.
so.
Let me launch the game and
Yeah,
figure
your
that out for
control
you.
tracking needs work for sure. Yeah, your control tracking needs work. Like you have smooth aim, right?
Hmm.
But when it comes to reactivity, like micro reactivity, which is snapping on, like if you're on the target, you'll stay on the target. But when it comes to target acquisition, going from A to B,
Hmm.
right? You're really, really slow. So you don't
Hmm.
have any like real micro flicks. I think like the viscose benchmarks don't really teach that, and neither does like Voltaic actually.
Mm-mm. No, they don't. Because you usually
They don't
start on
really.
the target.
Yeah, it's always really smooth. So when it comes to like scenarios like this, you're gonna have a tough time. You can actually apply a lot of your ground tracking
Hmm.
technique to this. Because you know how with ground, a lot of people think, okay, so like if it's a ground tracking scenario where the bot moves around like from here to here, right? It's a lot of fingertip,
Hmm.
right? And then if it goes from here to here, right? It's like wrist to arm and sometimes
Hmm.
shoulder, especially at your. The thing is, though, if you're going from here to here on the screen and it's like mostly F tip to wrist,
Hmm.
um, you can
I
apply
actually
this
have been
technique.
starting to incorporate that more in my training as well. Because I used to be
Yeah,
very arm and basically arm speed matching with wrist
yeah,
adjustments. but now I'm actually starting to not use that as much while I'm aim training. I've actually been incorporating wrist more, which has been a problem actually because I do have wrist tremors, but you gotta learn, eventually.
Well, I mean, tremors are fine. There's Siba. She's not around anymore. She's not aim training anymore, but she was like one of the best reactive aimers in the
Hmm.
world at her time, and she has tremors,
Hmm.
right? So, yeah, don't worry about the tremors unless it causes pain or something like that. Obviously, you don't want to create like actual injuries
No, it
beyond the
just
tremors.
causes uncontrollable shaking whenever I overuse it.
Yeah, apply the ground tracking technique to mid range, and the movement scenarios that playlist that I uploaded will help you. Okay,
Okay. So yeah,
so
so
send me the
I
Steam friend code, and then I'll add you, and then I'll get it for you. Sound
I
cool?
did. I sent it to our DMs.
Great. Go ahead. What
So
were you
yeah,
saying?
I'm at 1.2 for 4 times optic and 0.65 in game at 1600, which is around 39 cm.
Yeah, you
I
can be more reactive. I think like I see your aim. It's so voltaic coded, right?
Yes.
It's so benchmark coded. Like this is very, you know, you can I think what's happening is you're kind of blindly playing the scenarios without really understanding how you can apply the technique into the game, right?
Hmm.
And like this is one of the scenarios where you could literally just snap onto them if you want to, right? So take a look at this. Yeah, you see what I mean? If you're like matching and like this is mostly strafe aim. This is mostly your strafes like hitting the target, like
Hmm.
and moving your reticle,
Hmm.
rather than yeah. Okay, so first things first, we haven't really discussed this before, but I want you to not so your default has been so far to commit a full mag,
Hmm.
right? In now you're at a point since you're up in the front, I want you to not do that. Okay?
Okay.
So your default from now on is to do like 50, maybe 80% of your full mag. Once you get to a higher level, you're gonna do like 10%. If you're fighting against pros, you're gonna do like a bullet and then like start strafing back into cover, right?
Okay.
So so there's two things happening here. I don't want you to commit this full mag. Um, or if you are going to commit like half the mag, I want you to go to hip fire so that way you have more speed and then you can start strafing back into cover,
Hmm.
right? Because what you're doing is you're trying to get like you need to play your life. If you go down here, you're fucked because you have two people looking at you. You have potentially the advantage, and
Hmm.
then you have this guy, right? If
Hmm.
you get knocked here, it fucks up your game.
Yes.
So I want you to start with the ADS, and then you see how like you'll get the feel for it. You just immediately go to hip fire. This is something you can practice in R5. Go to hip fire and then just start strafing into cover. Okay. Like, yes, even if you get this knock, you don't know where anybody, like where any other threats are around you. So just
Yeah.
like play your life, right? You end up playing your life here. This is all open space, right? This is a really, really vulnerable position. And your teammates are looking for you. You're looking to re-engage. That's fine. You can take the same pathing. Fuck the loot, dude. Ah, Acevedo, the loot. Fuck the loot. Brother, fuck the loot. Acevedo. Again, I thought we fixed this, man.
This is like a week and a half old already.
I
I
I
have been
don't
getting
care.
rid of it more and more.
Brother, fuck the loot. It's rank. Just look for people to fight. Yeah. Okay. I like how quickly you disengaged here. That was good. You holstered your gun. Remember how slow you used to be?
Hmm.
You would like ADS on that guy again.
I would have probably died there if it was back then. I would probably try to
Yeah.
look for damage.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, fuck this guy. I'm gonna do like 50 damage on him and then die. Yeah, so you have a lot more discipline on your disengages, but look at that pathing, right? Look, you just heal here. Because look at this pathing.
True. If that guy was still looking for me, I would have probably died. Or if he was
Exactly,
like
right?
anyone of higher level, I would have probably died here.
Yeah, if you're safe, just heal. You know? Okay. Okay. So as soon as you see what you're doing again, you're committing this full mag.
Hmm.
So the reason why I don't want you to commit a full mag most of the time is your default, at least for the next 2 weeks,
Hmm.
right? Is because it sets you up to do a lot of other things. It sets you up to move more. If you
Hmm.
watch any of the Thai players like Killapost, who have coached before, anybody on Gen G, they're constantly moving and denying enemy information,
Hmm.
right? They're denying information to the enemy about where you are. So what you're doing is you're committing this full mag. They think you're here the whole time,
Hmm.
right? But if you commit like half the mag, go
And then
here, you
move.
know what I mean? And by the time you're there, you auto reload
Hmm.
for your passive, and then you just get to shoot them again, right?
Hmm.
And you're just constantly going from cover to cover and denying that information. Like you don't like it doesn't benefit you to do that first damage because there's no way he's going to peek you again if he's like a solid player,
Hmm.
right? So just move. Just holster your gun and immediately move because you've already done enough damage and pressure where you can move up, right?
Okay.
Make sense? Like you've already wasted time here. And also, look at your pathing. You're pathing way too around when you could have
Hmm.
just gone here
Just straight.
and created pressure. Yeah, exactly. Like damage is an excuse to take space, but you're giving up space. So
Hmm.
the reason, you know,
And here I
you
go again.
pretty much lost your opportunity that you created, right? You could have like pressured them.
Yeah, it's also because these two are kind of calming to themselves, and they're not necessarily trying to be aggressive. And I didn't want to get caught in the open or like caught in a one
Uh,
v three, which is basically what
well,
I'm thinking about the
you're
entire
solo
time too.
queuing at this point, you know?
Hmm.
Just carry. You know, if you care about your RP, then play like a pussy. But if you want to really get better, even as a solo queue, right, and like learn
Hmm.
how to 1v3 these guys, you're gonna have to like learn how to create pressure and then disengage, create pressure and disengage, right? And also
Yeah.
bait the shit out of your teammates. So you knew that this guy was on top of you, and you're like waiting for him to peek instead of you just immediately disengaging. And then,
Hmm.
because if you, okay, like listen to the sound on this. I bet you can hear him. So you know he's above you,
Hmm.
right? So you put yourself in a vulnerable position rather than disengaging or creating more space between you two. Because if you create more space between you two, guess what? He has to peek you when you give up that space, or he has to chase you. And then guess what? He's in that open space as well,
Hmm.
right? And then you can just punish him in that open space for chasing you. But instead, you immediately take a low ground position, you know, and you're
Hmm.
basically, you might as well pull down your pants and like point your ass towards him, you know?
Honestly.
Yeah. So, okay, so first thing, let me kind of recap everything first. First, think about as your default to not commit. Let me actually write this down in Paint. Obviously, these aren't hard rules for
Hmm.
like ever, but just for the next 2 weeks, this is just the game plan. Okay.
Hmm.
So first of all, new default for the next 2 weeks is don't commit a full mag, 30%, and then like disengage into cover. To cover. Like think about it, right?
Hmm.
Sometimes you can commit, like there will be exceptions. Like 80% of the time though, I want you to think about like ADSing into hipfire for that
Hmm.
movement into cover, right? And then if you want to re-peak, right? Because what happens is, let's say like in that situation, like that first time we were talking about where you're fighting the octane,
Hmm.
here's the octane, here's like that hill with cover, right? And then this is you. Like you were here, if you shoot your gun and you're like strafing back into cover, what happens is he's gonna keep shooting his gun,
Mhm.
So you have 70% left of your bullets. He would have probably just kept shooting. He probably only has 30%. And then
Mhm.
you re-peak, and you still
Because
have
like the
bullets
regular
left.
season.
And you're the one who gets to determine when the fight actually happens, right?
Okay.
So here, you've pretty much like fucked yourself,
Yeah.
right?
I noticed
Okay,
at the moment
so
that I was there.
yeah. Okay, second thing I want you to work on is think about damage as an excuse to take space,
Okay.
okay? Forward space. But also, if you take damage, this works vice versa. This applies to you as well. If you take damage, give up space,
Mm.
okay? And then what happens is if they cross, like let's say this is you, right? Oh my God, this fucking thing. Um, let's say this is the enemy, this is you, and you give up that space, right? These guys have to cross that open space and you can punish them right here. Make
Mhm.
sense?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, really got to work on your safe aim. Yeah, this is why I don't want you to work on like play Wraith and Bangalore and Ultra and shit.
Yeah, because there I
Right?
would have been
Because
able to queue out immediately.
yeah, it's a crutch. So you
I can
really need to
agree.
learn how to like manage your distance, you know? Like
Hmm.
yeah. It's
I
okay to give
completely
up that
agree.
space, especially if you're solo queuing, dude. Okay. Going cover to cover. This is good. Ooh, okay. A little. Okay, the pathing here is a little loose. Cover to
Yes.
cover if you can. Either commit to one of these, either here or there. Gotta open up Epic Pen again. Commit to either A or B. What you're doing though is like kind of pussyfooting between these two,
Hmm.
right? It's fine. Okay, fine. I would like for you to start strafing automatically backwards. You know,
Okay.
you can start the strafe backwards if you need to, or strafe into cover, but you don't have to full commit it. It needs to be your default though, like on that first shot, like to like think about strafing backwards,
Mm.
right? So I'll give you an example with like Jen Burton and Evan. I had to like Jen's like always done it, but he's never done it on purpose. You have to kind of like remind him
Hmm.
occasionally to do it. We'll go in like this game, like towards end zone. So if we take a look at Jen here, take these blah blah blah, kill these guys, whatever, blah 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 blah. Is it Jen or Evan? Evan's looked pretty good at this. No, it was before. It's when we were okay. So here, look at this. Jen's shooting. You see how he's using his utility but immediately backing up,
Hmm.
right? He's shooting here. He's shooting for too long, right? But that's his personality, because he has like,
He's in your face.
yeah, he's in your face, but he still preserves his life,
Hmm.
right? You see how he didn't commit the full mag? He literally half the mag,
Hmm.
14, right? Okay,
And he also
makes
comped
sense.
to Phony and Verhulst about how much damage you did and where they are, so they can play off of it rather than
Yeah,
having those two completely ape him there.
yeah. You see how you're reloading out in the open? You know what I mean? If you were shooting while you're like again, that's another benefit of working on your strafe aim is because you can still like learn how to preserve your life while maintaining um aim on the target,
Hmm.
right? So let's say you were here at A by the time you finish clipping this, right?
Hmm.
And then this guy can't shoot you because you've already removed yourself from the equation
Hmm.
from his LOS. But now you're reloading out in the open. Look how much damage you took for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, by the way, this is simple stuff I'm telling you, but it's really, really hard to implement, man.
It's
Like the
hard to
next two
implement
weeks,
in game during those moments.
it's really fucking hard. Like that's why. like you and I do sessions like every 2 to 3 weeks rather than like weekly because it's really simple stuff, but it's like just trying to apply it one at a time is fucking hard. You know,
It's been
it's
working
easier
though.
said than done. Yeah, it's been working, but I don't want you to think it is easy ever.
Oh, never.
Like
No.
it's hard. Yeah, just manage your expectations. Yeah, we got to work on your strafe aim. That was a good exception to like commit to that. That was fine. Yeah, you see what I mean? How you're just like holding that angle when you could just be straight going to cover.
Hmm.
Like if this was competitive, again, it's ranked, so you can get away with a lot. But if this is competitive, look how
I'd be
long
getting
this fight
shot
has
by
gone.
everyone. Yeah.
A, B, C. There'd be a guy on height from Narnia with a 30-30 just
For
frying the
fucking
shit out of you
sure.
here,
Or
right?
even just nade spamming from half across the map. The
Exactly.
from the hemlock.
Yeah. And you're just chasing this guy, right? So not good. Okay. So just think about preserving your life a bit more.
Hmm. I do have
Well,
another. I
right.
do have like another two games I want you to look at that are a little more
Which
recent.
ones?
I have.
Is it any of these?
No. These are a
Or the
little
links you
older.
sent? Yeah, send me those links then. Do you have them?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, let's take a look.
So there is that game. And I do have a few shorter ones that I want you to look at because there are instances of which that I die that I want
Mm-hmm.
to correct.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Is there specific instances for this? In the future, if you can, give me timestamps, please. Because it's hard
Oh,
to go through the entire VOD, you know?
okay, okay.
If I get like 50 messages a day, people ask me to take a look at clips, but if I have to go through the whole VOD, I'm most likely gonna just skip over it. So it's much easier if you send me a timestamp or an actual clip,
Hmm.
so that way I can just go. I know exactly what I'm like looking for. So what are we looking for in this one?
Let me go back into it.
Deaths or you fighting?
The fights.
Okay. Is there a particular fight in this
Probably the one
VOD?
closer to the end, to be honest, because there's a moment
Okay.
in where my lifeline kind of gets picked out in the open,
Mm-hmm.
and my friend, that's the well, they're both my friends, but the wraith, he portals to him because I make that calm over,
Yeah.
and by that point I'm trying to get to where the lifeline is, but he's already ported them, and that
Mm-hmm.
team takes the portal and they both die there, and it leaves me in a 1v3,
Yeah.
and I
Okay.
basically want you to look over that part.
What do you think I'm going to say to you when I see something like this?
Why am I shooting in the open?
Yeah, brother. It's right here.
I'm too far from
Pendejo.
cover. I know, I know. Oh man, it's also because I'm trying to look for the angle for
For-
the nade, but I
You
take
can do
too
the
long.
same thing. You can do the same thing. And if you are going to throw a nade, prep it behind, prep the
Hmm.
animation behind the cover, and then step out and shoot. Okay?
Okay.
Same thing when you're on fuse or almost any utility. Bang, drill. You're doing
So
it
prep
out in
it
the
in
open.
cover. Okay.
Yeah, prep it and cover. Everything behind cover, right? This is insane. You should have been one clipped. I hope they one clip you next time so you fucking learn your lesson.
Oh
God damn.
man,
Uh,
they were definitely trying.
yikes.
I was basically
Yeah.
chewing on meds for a good moment here.
Look how much damage you're taking.
Yeah.
Just chill. Chill, chill, chill. Okay. Okay. So you can't take this fight.
Hmm.
Even if you get a knock, you can't really do anything, and you know that there's people behind you. Why didn't you guys try to clear your back first? Like, this is a really difficult fight unless you guys portal correctly. So I
Hmm.
would prefer that you clear A and B before you try to take that fight to C. Because A and B have to move in towards you, right? And if there's nobody at B, that's fine. You've already cleared that side. Okay?
Hmm.
I'm not gonna
So
stress
here
that
it
one too
is.
much because it's a little bit more like team-oriented stuff.
No.
Well, okay. Your teammates should not have been there.
Yeah,
You
I
guys should just
agree
be
with
on
that
top
part.
of each other, you know? So you guys are holding way too much space for your legend comp. Again, this is more of a competitive thing rather than a rank thing. You guys should just be triple stacking and then aping everybody. These are your friends, right?
Yeah.
Just triple stack and ape everybody. You know? Like, fuck the team in the building, turn around, kill these guys. If you guys were all together, you would have killed them. Like, no joke. Right? So that's the main issue, that you guys aren't together. And just talk to them outside the game, tell them that you want to focus on clearing and killing these people, right? Rather than, you know, just trying to hold position as if it's competitive Apex. It's not, it's rank. Rank is a joke.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, just 8 people and kill them. All right, so take a look at another clip.
So that one is mainly just death.
This one, am I
Yeah.
looking at?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The end. Oh, yikes. Okay, comms, right? When you're playing with your friends, I want you to focus on positional comms. Where to play. Okay?
Mhm.
Play on me. Come with me. Play here. You know?
Yes.
Here could be play left, go right, go over here. You know? Come with me, come with me, come with me, right? And
Mhm.
play together. If you're behind, right? So here's the thing. If you are in the front, let's say here's the enemy. Here's you. Here's your teammates. If you are in the front, I want you to say the phrase, play with me. Okay?
Mhm. Okay.
If you are in the back, I want you to say, play together. You know? Or chill. Or
Mhm.
you're alone. Okay? So the reason why I want you to say play together is because sometimes this guy is going to be here. Okay?
Mhm.
Your lifeline was here. If you're in the back and you see your wraith in the front, but your lifeline's over here, look how separated they are. I want you to say play together, play together. That
Mhm.
alone, with one of the teams that, like one of the pro teams that I've been coaching lately, their IGL in end games has just been spamming that, and it's allowed them to win their fights, right?
Okay.
And it's just like completely changed their end games. It's really helpful for cryptos, like crypto players, and if you're backlining. But if you're like in the back and you have to heal, or if you notice that they're not playing together, just tell them to play together,
Mhm.
right? And even if you're not, especially in end games like that, if you just say play together, play together, play together, it'll just change
It'll change
the
the
outcome of the
dynamic of
fight.
the yeah of the fight.
Exactly. Yeah. You see how you're still like here, you're still thinking about committing the mag on
Mhm.
this guy, right? Your default needs to be strafing into cover. Yes, you took a shit ton of damage, but look how much more you're still shooting even after
Yeah.
you take that damage, right? But if it was your default to immediately go back into cover, I think, did we go over Zainu?
Yes, we did. How he
Yeah.
as soon as he shoots, he's already headed back.
Yeah, exactly. So same thing. Like I'm just gonna re-stress it. Hey, it's me. Um, okay, so we take a look at this. Look at these wingman shots, right?
Mhm.
He's in and out. Shoots, in, out, in, out. See
Trying to
how he's
minimize
baiting
the
their
amount of
bullets?
damage that he takes while maximizing
Exactly.
his.
Yeah. same situation here, but his default though is to play his life versus like, out aiming the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're shooting like a fucking master controller player, which is just somebody who just wants to shoot their fucking gun all the time, right? But you don't have like amazing aim. You have competent aim. It is like you have aim that doesn't get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so default here, don't shoot your whole gun. Okay, and you got fucked. But remember what I said about not committing your whole mag?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's about allowing you to move more too, right? Like if you look at any of the Thai players, let's say there's a box here, here's the enemy, there's like another box over here. The Thai players will shoot from this corner, and then they'll go to this corner, and then they'll go to this corner and shoot, and then go to this corner and shoot. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's all within like 2 or 3 seconds. But what you're doing is quite the opposite. You're being like, hey guys, I'm right here, and I'm going to be here forever.
Mm-hmm.
You can throw all your abilities you want on me, you know? Also, you being in this position tells me that you don't have your disengage in mind. You're forgetting your fundamentals here a bit,
Mm-hmm.
right? Look at where you've positioned yourself. Look how much open space you would have to cover in order to pressure these guys.
Yeah.
So we'll take a look at your walk up here. Look at your walk up. Okay, so you go here rather than there. Here you have a disengage. You're thinking about creating space, but you don't have a strong disengage on that right side because it's
Mm.
all open space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the way you approach fights is too wide. I want you
Okay.
to like it's too like remember when you were fighting that Vantage like a couple clips ago?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Vantage was like here, you were here, and you went this way.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to think about cutting corners in like a 45-degree angle. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So look at this, way too wide. 45-degree angle, and then have that disengage. Disengage here, disengage here. See how like you have like multiple checkpoints?
Mm-hmm.
But here, if you're here, you pretty much are committing yourself to all this open space.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. If you watch Panic, he's really fucking good. And brother, hermano, ¿por qué? Brother. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, whatever. It's
I
Panic.
figured because
But
I was at a far enough distance and he was out in the
yeah,
open too.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's yeah, I'll let it go. But yeah, you see what I mean? Again, like
I kind of
again,
played
you're just
myself into a spot that I can't get out of easily. I'm seeing that
exactly,
now,
exactly, exactly. Yeah,
especially
it's
with the
tough.
character that I have.
Yeah, it's the same fundamentals we've talked about over and over again. I still don't want you on a crutch character, like a
Hmm.
character where you can crutch escapes. Yeah.
What other
Okay, so
characters
those
should I
are
be playing other than Maggie?
um I don't know, anything that you can't port out of. Like no port characters, no bang smoke. Right? Definitely not the new character for sure. Holy
Oh,
fuck.
hell no.
Yeah. Um yeah.
I've
That's
seen
just
clips
like
of her and
free
I'm
cheat
like,
codes.
wow.
Yeah, she's like a cheat code, dude. It's insane. Okay. Okay. New default, don't commit a full mag, 30% disengage. ADS, so basically just move more, you
Hmm.
know? And hold on, let me do this. Don't fuck me. Don't stay in one spot for too long because the enemy can form a plan around you or just nade the shit out of you, right?
Hmm.
So it's the same fundamentals we talked about before, but expressed in new ways because
Hmm.
you're in positions that you weren't in before because you were
Yeah.
just dying before, right? So deny information. Play like the high players. Be a spaz. Just constantly move around, you know? we want them to be confused about where you are. If
Hmm.
you look at Yuka F, he's really good at just constantly
No,
changing.
he's definitely one of my favorites right now.
Yeah, a lot of those guys, like all of E36 does that, by the way. They're very good at holding space as well, but like they're all really good at just constantly disengaging and like re-engaging from new angles.
Hmm.
Comms, tell me where to play, right?
Hmm.
We'll do this whole setup, right? So if you're in the front, play with me. If you're in the back, say play together, or just in general, play together, right? It's a really, really good comm just to get everybody on the same page.
Hmm.
That's it. I know this is a lot,
Hey, it
and
is.
everything we've kind of talked about is really simple, but we'll give it like 2 weeks. Keep sending me clips and timestamps of
Hmm.
like examples, and then we'll kind of adjust, um, as the weeks and days go by, as we usually have.
Hmm.
Do you have any questions before I let you go?
No, not right now at least.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I'll probably come up with some scenarios later. The more that I play and try to adjust to this new basically this new information that you've given me.
A lot of it's the same stuff that we've talked about before, but it's just expressed in new ways,
Hmm.
you know? It's just play your life, shoot your gun, right?
No, I mean it's yeah,
But
when you boil it down to just that, it pretty much just is that. But there
Mhm.
are other like smaller habits that that help basically to do that I haven't necessarily looked at or overlooked in the past.
Okay, I would agree. I can't send you on this account. I'm on my secondary account on Steam because I have two accounts. One I play on 35 CM and then the other I play on 15 CM.
Oh man.
Don't do that. I do that because I have a different approach
Hmm.
to and a different relationship to aim training than you do. For me, it's just a hobby, but for you, it's like a way to improve the actual game,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So I'll let you know when I've got you aim beast, and then just try the movement scenarios. Do me a favor, message corporate surf and ask them for at least 10 or more movement and possession scenarios, right?
Movement and possession. Okay.
Movement and possession scenarios. If you don't know how to find him, like he's in my Discord, just tag him and ask him,
I have a
and
DM
then
with
just
him.
make up. Great, cool. Yeah, you're definitely getting better at like looking for fights, and you're still like playing your life a lot better. You're so much faster with the disengage, you know?
Hmm.
But as you become more aggressive, you need to constantly remind yourself of those fundamentals of just like playing your life,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't put this in the notes, but like cut forward rather than sideways,
Mm.
you know?
That's probably a good one to remember a lot.
Yeah, yeah. There will be exceptions for sure. It's not a hard rule. And it's not even like a good heuristic in the sense of like it's not like an 80-20
Hmm.
scenario, especially if you're solo queuing, but I want you to think about a little bit
Hmm.
more about like cutting forward rather than cutting sideways.
I mean, the reason why I'm solo queuing is because it's a lot harder to do it solo than it would be with a team. Even though there are problems when you are mic'd up with players, but I mean, having to work on
Yeah.
just my own and not relying on teammates is definitely I would say the harder thing to do.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree. All right, man. This is fun. I'll catch you later. Do me a favor, send me the stream when you can, and then I might like upload it on my YouTube so that way like people can benefit from it as well.
Okay.
Um, yeah. All right,
Yeah,
I'll
for
talk to you
sure.
later.
All right. Peace
Peace.
out, man.